What's up, internet gangsters? Welcome back to a new video. Trying HelloFresh. So, we got the package. As you can see, this is like an ice pack or something. So, what we did was, we tried it before, and I canceled it because the meals looked really shitty. And we got a free thing from it. So, I was like, okay, cool. I guess we'll get it. So, let me get our 4 meals. We have the Hidden Veggie Beef Bolognese, the Loaded Mashed Potato Bar, the Honey Thyme Pork Fillet, and then the Szechuan Pork Noodle Stir Fry. So, over the course of this next week, we'll be cooking all these meals, and I will give my review on each of the meals and see whether or not it's worth it. Spoiler, I doubt it will be. This costs $90 normally for 4 meals. That's for 2 people. Me and my girlfriend. That's it. $90. We spend about $100 a week for all of our girls. Our fridge isn't as stocked as normal because we were getting the HelloFresh, but we filled this and the freezer up and then our pantry up for like $100 each week. So, I don't know. We'll see. Peace. So, I got it all put away in the fridge and stuff. And I'm looking at this and I was like, alright, it seems pretty weird. These are pretty high calories. I mean, ridiculously high. I'm on a 1,600 a day calorie diet just because I'm trying to lose weight. I've lost like 40 pounds. So I try to maintain and be very cautious. I mean, look at this. The Hidden Veggie Beef Bolognese, right? I was like, 1,100 calories roughly for the whole thing. That's per person. This is a 2,180 calorie meal. That's ridiculous. That's the whole serving, right? Like, for one serving is 1,100 calories. The whole meal that you make for the 2 people. That's ridiculous, man. And I'm looking through all of these. I'm like, 900, 520 at least, thank God. And then 1,300. That's crazy. I get that they have like a low calorie option where it's 650, but their selection kind of sucks. I mean, I was looking and you didn't really get a lot of. There's a lot of choice, but all of it's add-ons. Oh, would you like to add this? Would you like to have this? I mean, personally, what I'm gonna do is each of these meals, I'm gonna cut them in half, eat one for dinner and one for lunch the next day, so that way I stay within my goals. That's just something you got to look out on. Okay, for our first meal, we're having the Honey Thyme Pork Fillet. First, you gotta dice up the potatoes. Already did that. Next, you gotta pat dry the pork fillet. So let's get that out. And we'll cut it up and I'll put it on here to pat dry. One sec. Alright, we'll pat them dry. Give them a nice little pat. Once that's done, we will get your pan. Have your oven preset to 450. Get your little pan. Put the potatoes out on them. Mind you, that's a lot of potatoes. But I guess that's how much you use. It looks like a lot. So it says to put a drizzle of olive oil, salt and pepper, which does not come included. So you better hope you have it. Otherwise, sorry, bud. I'm starting to question if this is actually 12 ounces of potatoes, and I think this might be more. You know what? Let's weigh it. One sec. Okay, so I weighed them. They were about 14 ounces for everything. But after they're weighed, I put them in on the middle tray. I've got the pan with oil getting hot. And now I am seasoning the pork fillets with salt and pepper, like it says. And then we'll sear it until it's brown all over. Just a moment. Alright, let's add our pork fillets. And we'll do this till they're browned on all 4 sides. Or about 6 to 8 minutes, it says on the paper. Now, once these are browned, we will then take out the potatoes. We'll take out the potatoes, remove them, toss while keeping them on one side. Toss the green beans with oil, pinch of salt and pepper, and do it until another 10 to 12 minutes. So we will do that. I will say so far instructions are pretty easy. A lot of roasting for this one, which is cool. I like roasting. We'll put a little more oil in here, but I'm also going to sprinkle some MSG. If anyone wants to see the brand that I use, because this is just in an old salt container, if you've seen the Osmo Salt video, you'll know. The brand I use is Ajinomoto Umami Seasoning. So, pretty cheap. I think it was like $4 for a pound, which will last you a very, very long time. So once you get these browned up, you're going to want to put them on a second sheet pan. And you will roast on top rack until fully cooked. So we're going to brown these up, and then once it's time for the vegetables, we'll put those in. Okay, we got the green beans out, so we'll put a little drizzle of oil on them. I'll just reapply some oil on that too. A little bit of MSG will go on all of this, just to bring out the salt. Okay. And then lightly salt and pepper. And I'm going to do a little optional thing. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. I think that'll make it kind of pop out a bit. If I can find it. Here we go. If I can find it, we'll put a little bit of garlic powder on all this. And then that gets added back in. This is the middle rack. So, I mean, we'll follow the instructions. I have to move my bottom rack up to the top, but whatever. You got to do what you got to do. So, now that the pork has been mostly browned on all of its sides, you put these on a tray, and you put them in on the top until they're done. I assume 150. I'm not entirely certain. It doesn't give you a temperature. If I can grab it. It doesn't give a temp. It just says until pork is cooked through. Heat a drizzle of oil. Add garlic and thyme. Cook until fragrant. So we're going to wait a little bit to do that until these are a little more roasted. So once that's started, I will be back. Okay, so this is the sauce. Just finishing reducing it. It's butter, chicken stock, honey, thyme. Let's get a little spoon and try her. I guess let's do that. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Definitely needs to reduce a bit still more. But that's fine. That's good, that's good. Let's check on these. These, I'll temp. These are still getting roasted. Okay, well let's temp these. I think pork is done at 150 or 160. I can't really remember. They're definitely cooked. Okay. They can go in for a little bit longer. That's fine. Okay. We will put these in. starting to worry that these... I mean, they taste good. Let's try a green bean. Mmm. I mean, it tastes good, you know? But I would like that crisp on top. Maybe have to turn the broiler on. Anyways. Once it's plated up, I'll give my final thoughts. Okay, so the food's done. It looks pretty good. And I'm gonna give it a try. So pork's not very tender, but it's very juicy, flavorful. The honey thyme sauce, phenomenal. All right, we'll try a green bean. Normally, I'm not a big green bean fan. That's pretty good. I don't really need to try the potatoes. Honestly, this is a phenomenal meal. Probably 9 out of 10. It's just the pricing for everything. Super easy instructions. Really good to follow along. I recommend this meal, even just making it yourself. 9 out of 10. I'll see you for the second meal tomorrow. Okay. So in doing my HelloFresh thing, I forgot to record this. The Szechuan pork noodle stir fry. This one was by far the hardest one to make so far. I've only made 2. But the pork was actually really good. Actually, I really liked it. I don't normally like vegetables, and I don't really eat vegetables. I'm trying to because I'm cutting. I'm trying to lose weight down 40, 50 pounds right now. Trying to get back lower, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to incorporate vegetables in. And I think this is the perfect way for someone like me. Really small pieces, mix it in with stuff that you know you're going to like. I'm white, as you can see my skin tone. That shit was too hot for me. That Szechuan paste, I should have put less. But it was pretty good. I will say, a lot of portions. I mean, it filled this up completely. And this is a decently sized, I think it's a 2.5 quart pan. So it was a lot. I didn't eat all of it. Neither did my girlfriend, who is of legal age. She's 23, just like me. Not 9 to 10 weeks old. The kitten at that time was 9 to 10 weeks old. So yeah, I would give it a 5 or 6 out of 10. Honey pork fillet is a 9. I will see you all in the next part. Okay, this is meal number 3, and it is the hidden beef bolognese. As you can see, we've got all the ingredients here, and I went ahead and pre-blended it because I figured I might as well do that. So that is a zucchini, some shredded carrots, marinara sauce, veggie stock, Italian seasoned garlic, and it is completely blended till smooth. No chunks, baby. We're going to be frying up the beef. And currently, we've got water boiling for the pasta. So once the pasta is boiled, the beef is ground up. You then add the tomato paste to the beef, cook it, reduce the heat, add that sauce until it's thickened, so about 3 to 5 minutes, and then stir in the creme fraiche and half a cup of the pasta until fully incorporated in this the pasta water, until everything's smooth, and then you can drain it to the sauce. So I'll show you what it's looking like in a bit when when everything's browned up and we start adding stuff. All right. Okay, we got the sauce mixed in. It's just simmering now, and the pasta's almost done. When we'll do it, we'll drain it, reserve some of the water in a bowl, and then mix the cheese into that, the creme fraiche in it, sorry, I should say. So I will see you when this is done simmering. Alright, I got the creme fraiche and water mixed in, and now it's all mixed together, and we'll just let that sit for another minute so it just kind of further congeals up, and then we'll serve it and give it a rating. So cool. Okay, so this is the final review, and I'll give it a try. I will say, spoiler, I'm not the biggest pasta fan, just to begin with. So Honestly, the sauce is nice and complex. Not as robust as I was expecting, honestly. With everything that I put in it, I was expecting to have more zip or zap. Not a lot of flavor in it. Pasta's cooked fine, whatever. I always feel like I undercook or overcook pasta. It's like a 5 out of 10. I wouldn't really say right home. I mean, if you like it, it's a lot. It's 2 big bowls filled. Don't even know if I'll be able to eat all that in one sitting, but it's just bland. I personally would make it probably without the creme fraiche. Maybe use like heavy whipping cream or something like that instead. But yeah, 5 out of 10. See you for day 4. This is a quick little addendum. My girlfriend tried it, and she also thinks it tastes a lot like zucchini. I forgot to mention, I didn't really taste the zucchini. It's not hidden, and I don't like zucchini. So do with that as you will. Carrots you can't taste, but I mean, they're mostly just water anyways. But you can taste the zucchini. Fair warning. Okay, since I'm like not a professional in any way whatsoever, I made this and completely forgot to record me eating it. So I'll give you my thoughts real quickly, and then we'll segue into the conclusion, which will be done with better audio. So the loaded mashed potato bar, we didn't make the corn or the green beans because why would you put that in your mashed potatoes? Neither of us like that. So instead, they'll just be used for a different meal. That being said, truffle butter was kind of weird, way too rich and creamy. White cheddar cheese was okay. My girlfriend didn't like it. Neither of us liked the crispy onions. The gravy was completely fucked. I don't know whether or not it just didn't taste good because I made it poorly. I followed the instructions. It just did not taste right. It was way too watery, and I put less water than I said too. Yeah. Bacon was obviously good. They only gave me 12 ounces of the potatoes. This is 16, right? This is 16. They only gave me 12 ounces. There was barely enough for 2 people, man. This was not a good portion. And look at the calories. That was insane. It was insane. We barely finished. We couldn't even finish it. It just wasn't that good. Not because the potatoes itself were bad. It's just the truffle butter was way too weird, man. I don't think either of us are like fancy enough to where truffle butter would be good. So this one, 1 out of 10. Yeah, 1 out of 10. All right. So in conclusion, HelloFresh, 1 meal out of 4 was a banger. That's not great odds for someone like me, especially when you know that that's $89 that you just spent on that. And I'll tell you what, the produce was hit or miss. Some of it was good, like the green beans are real great for the 2. The potatoes didn't give us enough. So, I mean, that's just how it is. Thankfully, I had potatoes because we went grocery shopping the day before, but that was kind of annoying. The meat, always really high quality, actually. I will say the meat was the standout part. The ground pork, the ground beef, the bacon, the pork eye round, all phenomenal. Very tasty and very good. Would I recommend it? Absolutely not. If you can get a free thing, which I will say, because I like my viewers, with my box, it came with one of these free codes. So I will give you 1 free code. Whoever uses it first gets it. That'll get you 1 free meal off of that. So there you go. Let me put the rest of them away. Yeah, this will give you 1 free meal. Take it. Or 1 free box, sorry. Take that. That's all yours, boys and girls. That's all yours. So I don't think it's worth it unless you can get on a heavy discount. I would say if you can get it for the price that you spend, then you're set. Like if you spend, let's say you make 5 meals for $50 for your weekly groceries. If you can get it for that same price, I think it's worth it. Especially just as a guide. Like I'm gonna keep all 4 of these and use them in different techniques for different things. Like next week I'm gonna make that pork fillet again with just different sides. The noodle dish I know my girlfriend really wants again just with rice instead. And stuff like that really just makes you think. So on the creativity and like inspiration aspect, I would definitely give it like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I would also look up the HelloFresh menu. They have a separate website, which I will link in the description below, that shows all of their meals with all of the guides. You don't even need to buy it. You can just scroll through it and look at stuff that interests you and make it yourself. So all in all, I would say it's way too expensive for what you're getting. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Way too expensive. I would never personally buy it again. And that's just me, because that shit's way too expensive, man. I don't know people that can afford that. That's crazy. I see glowing recommendations. The food is pretty decent. I have seen things where people say their produce is moldy, and I think that's disgusting. It's supposed to be fresh. Grateful, thankfully, I'm grateful that didn't happen to me. So I'll just give it a split 5 out of 10. I don't think it's for everyone. I don't think most people really should be buying it, but I definitely think if you can get it for free, that inspiration that you get will be priceless. Thanks for watching, and peace.